Welcome to the Morning After CFFL Edition Week 12 on the CFFL Network on YouTube. We are approaching the last week of the CFFL year, so let's get into the action from Week 12. This week, the big game of the week saw the Kongs take down Team LBM 46-43 on a late touchdown by Vernon Davis. Justin Tucker did lead the Kongs with 15 points. Brandon Marshall led Team LBM with 12. Kongs in the driver's seat to win that division and get a first-round bye. Also this week, we saw the Cardinals take down the Garbage Men 76-68. No Sean Moreno with a huge game with 19 points. Jamal Charles had a huge game also for the Garbage Men, not the Garbag Men. Typo there. It looks like the Cardinals are also in the driver's seat to win their division and take home a first-round bye. Upset of the week this week saw the Horn Dogs take down the Bruisers. As you saw the last game, the Garbage Men lost, opening the door for a chance for the Bruisers to stay alive in the playoff race. This all but seals their fate. They have now lost 4 straight. No one scored in double figures, but they did score over 28 points this week. Horn Dogs were led by a big game by Anquan Bolden on Monday night as he improves to 5-7. Sasquatches tied the Badgers 55 apiece. However, the Sasquatches had 23 bench points as opposed to the Badgers' 8. So the Sasquatches take home the win 55.1-55. Adrian Peterson with 14 points. Eddie Lacy and Larry Fitzgerald had 14 points apiece for the Badgers. Badgers, though, were held back by Ben Tate inexplicably having 1 yard rushing in that game against the Jaguars of all teams. Also this week, we saw the Black Dingoes fall to the Bone Storm 66-46. Bone Storm were led by Danny Woodhead's 15 points, a rarity that it wasn't Peyton Manning leading his team. Tom Brady had 19 points for the Black Dingoes as they fall. Bone Storm have an outside chance to still get a first-round bye or win their division. I will go over that in a little bit, though. Finally, this week, we saw the Gargoyles take down the Donkeys 80-63. Josh Gordon had 19 points. Maurice Jones-Drew and Tony Romo tried to keep the Donkeys involved in the game at 26 points combined, but not enough as they fall. Now let's take a look at the Player of the Week, and then we'll get to the playoff scenarios. Player of the Week this week, 2 players, Phillip Rivers and Jamal Charles. Both had 20 points. Rivers had a big day passing. Jamal Charles running and receiving. Those two have both had good weeks, 20 points apiece. Walk of shame this week, it's all the top running backs in the league. No Sean Moreno nicked up. Matt Forte got nicked up. Zach Stacy got nicked up. All my guys right there in that game. Ryan Matthews pulled a hamstring. Chris Ivory got hurt. Eddie Lacy had an asthma attack. Daniel Thomas out for the year, and Stephen Ridley missed after the first few carries due to fumbling. All those running backs really, some had great weeks, but some could be out down the road, and some could face benchings. So not a great week to be a really good running back in the league. Yobich, free agent pickup of the week in honor of Breaking Bad. Benny Cunningham of the St. Louis Rams, 109 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. He got the carries after Zach Stacy left in the first half. May see some time this week, may not. But, worth a pickup at this point. Griff Gripes, 5-5-1. Why in the world do we still have ties in the NFL? Teams only get 16 games, so each week is crucial to the season. I think the NFL should implement a punt, pass, and kick competition after the first overtime to determine the winner. That way, ESPN would have an excuse every week to show the Andy Reid video where he is a 22-year-old competing against 10-year-olds. If you're interested, the link is on YouTube. Andy Reid, punt, pass, and kick. Griff has the link on here, but it's kind of hard to show it on there. Now let's take a look at the playoff picture and take a look at some big games next week. Big games next week, none of them are huge. The playoffs are pretty much set. Kongs take on the Gargoyles. Kongs looking to get that first round bye. And the Cardinals take on the Bone Storm, another game that could have first round bye implications. Also, high point standings right now, still 5 teams, tied with 2 wins. Garbage Men and Gargoyles each have 1. Winner does get $10, and if we have a 5-way tie, the 5 of us can get together and decide what to do with that. We'll just divide it amongst ourselves and include it in the payday. Most points in the year, the Garbage Men lead the Cardinals by 24 right now. 1 week to go, winner gets $30. Garbage Men also need 57 points to set the record for most points per week in a season. Finally, let's take a look at the playoff picture here. Right now, the Cardinals lead it at 9-3. The Kongs also at 9-3. Bone Storm, Sasquatches, and Team LBM at 8-4. The Sasquatches still have a chance to get a first-round bye, but it's looking more and more like they'll be a 3 seed. They'll play the brother, so it'll be Team Josh, brother versus brother, Team Josh versus Team Chet. In that one, and it's looking like Team LBM will be facing the Bone Storm in the first round of the playoffs. But you never know. There's still games to go, and that's why they play the games. Some playoff scenarios. I'll talk a little bit about them. Cardinals can clinch a first-round bye with a win, or to lose by less than 53 points to the Bone Storm. Kongs can clinch a first-round bye with a win, or a loss by LBM and the Sasquatches, or with multiple point scenarios, like a loss and losing by X amount of points. By losing by, the other team outscoring them by less than so many points. The Bone Storm can also clinch home field, that means getting the 4 seed, with a win or LBM loss, or an LBM win and not being outscored by Team LBM by 42 points. So we have a lot of that coming up this week. It is the final week of the regular season, and the teams that don't make the playoffs, remember the OK Bowl, the consolation ladder does go on for the chance to compete for the Jim Shavina Consolation Memorial Belt. That's always a prestigious award. No one's ever won it twice, and we'll see. There could be a couple of people that have a chance to win it twice now this year. So that's all this week. Kept it short again. Good luck this week as we finish the 20th year of the CFFL regular season. Good luck.